Hi, my name is Hans Johnson. I am a demographer and co-director of research at the Public Policy Institute of California, and I'm going to talk to you about housing in California. California's housing market is a key part of the state's economy. The Great Recession was partly, if not largely, due to declines in housing markets across the United States, and especially in key states like California. Going forward, we know that the state's recovery from the recession will depend on recovery in the state's housing markets. For the most part, right now, we see good news, but it's important to remember the context of that good news. We've come off a dramatic decline in housing prices and decline in new housing construction, and the state still faces a lot of challenges in our housing markets. First, let me talk about the good news. Housing values in California are on an upward trajectory. That means that fewer Californians will fall into foreclosure, and it's a sign of a healthy housing market. Overall, over the past year, housing prices in California have increased by about 8%. Another piece of good news is that housing is still relatively affordable in California. Even with the price increases, prices still remain at relatively low levels, and record low interest rates mean that large numbers of Californians can afford the median-priced home in their areas. We're also seeing an upswing in housing construction in California. Low vacancy rates in our state mean that as new housing demand is created, that demand has to be satisfied at least partly through new housing construction. Housing starts are up 24% over the past year. So that was the good news. Now the bad news. Large numbers of Californians remain underwater. That means they owe more on their home than their homes are worth. Foreclosure rates have declined in California, but they still remain relatively high compared to historic levels and certainly compared to foreclosure rates in other states. Rents keep increasing in California. Even through the downturn, rents continue to go up, and California has some of the least affordable rental housing markets in the nation. Homeownership rates in California have fallen. Today, only about 55% of homes in California are owned, compared to 65% in the rest of the country. Over the past few years, we've lost 200,000 homeowners in California. And finally, the recovery in California has been uneven. Coastal metropolitan areas have done better than inland areas. For example, prices are up 13% year over year in San Jose, compared to only about 7% Inland Empire. So where are we headed with California's housing markets? Well, the future looks promising. Demography is on our side. We have large numbers of Californians who are entering the prime ages at which they will establish their own households. That means there will be an increase in housing demand. The housing recovery should continue if and as the economy continues to strengthen and creates new jobs in California. Thank you for watching. For more information, visit the Public Policy Institute of California's website.